It was the year 1837, a crazy year for London. Many a change had happened, none more important than the death of William VI and crowning of his niece Princess Victoria of Kent, aged only 18. So much was to happen in this year, from births, deaths and marriages being recorded, to the making of Worcestershire shawls. London seemed to be thriving, but little did they know, London was about to be terrorised by an unknown man named only as Spring-Heeled Jack. Rumours started to appear around this time about a monster, who would attack women. It was said he would ravage women's clothes whilst they stood on their doorsteps. The creature even went as far as to ring doorbells in the middle of the night, only for victims to be faced with a bear-like creature with steel claws and demonic-like features towering over them, red eyes and blue flames being spit from its ferocious mouth. People became tense and scared, and in January 1838 the Lord Mayor of London came out to address the growing stories. Despite his best efforts to calm the public, telling them that it was no more than a gang of wealthy jerks, rumours persisted. Growing accounts of this demonic figure became part of the local papers, and through this the name Spring-Heeled Jack was given. If you, like me, you are still questioning why such a name, it was due to the growing accounts, for out of all the stories, one factor always remained the same, that this demonic-like entity could jump inhumanely far and in a way that no human could. Do not, however, be fooled by the date. The first official sighting was still to this day in 1837. It was documented by a young girl in Clapham, London. Her name? Miss Polly Adams. In her account she reported that a dark figure had launched over an extremely high wall as she cut through the churchyard. She had told newspapers that it looked like a man, but more bird-like, with razor-sharp claws for hands and burning eyes. She reported the creature leering over her, before groping her body. However, upon hearing the shouts of approaching witnesses, the creature bounded over an impossibly high wall and disappeared. The following year, another girl was attacked in that very same churchyard, and the witnesses started to report more and more sightings of this strange creature. One even reported seeing him scaling up the tower on the church with complete accuracy and speed. Yet more was still to come. Jack attacked yet another woman in Green Dragon Alley, Wapping, Whitechurch. This is in London. The young girl's name was Lucy Scales. She reported a figure with glowing red eyes which hurled a bolt of blue light at her. This rendered the girl temporarily blind, with some saying the girl had some sort of seizure. Next was the young Jane Aesop, who was attacked. She reported having a knock on her door at 3 a.m, and while some people say it was a policeman telling her to bring a light as he had caught Spring-Heeled Jack, she reported that she was in fact strangled by a cloaked creature before a close family member, thought to be her sister, beat him off, and once again he disappeared into the night. When asked to describe her attacker and magistrates, she told them he was wearing a kind of helmet and a tight-fitting white costume, while spitting blue flames from his mouth. The pressure mounted on the Lord Mayor, and after his final attack on the army, the Mayor could deny it no more. It got so bad, even the Duke of Wellington, aged 70, went out on horseback to hunt Jack down. Finally, one bitter winter night in 1884 in South London, Jack was sighted jumping from rooftop to rooftop, and the police were informed, and a sweep of the area was conducted. Parties began to converge, and Jack was herded towards an ambush. Armed guards opened fire at Jack, but unfazed, he nimbly jumped them and disappeared into the night. Spring-Heeled Jack was gone. People assumed he must be dead, and that the bullets had the desired effect. Life was back to normal in London, England, at least for the most part. However, just under 20 years later, Jack would strike again, but this time in Liverpool. The year the rumours started flooding in was 1901, and Jack's last attack in England was 3 long years later, in 1904. Documented by a young woman as she made her way home, Spring Hill Jack's notorious features came to light once more. Again he was described as being a tall dark figure with red eyes, blue flames coming from his insane grin, and sharp talons where hands should have been. He was then said to jump over an extremely high wall inhumanely and disappear into the night, moving just as he had with utter ease so many years ago. And although stories continued, police had other matters to attend to, as such silly stories were not regarded as important. So was this the end of Spring Hill Jack? Well, yes and no. 2001 East Delhi, India. Witnesses reported seeing a black shadow with monkey-like features, flaming red eyes and sharp claws, attacking people at night before jumping the equivalent of 4 stories high and vanishing. In May 2001, the creature was spotted again, claiming 2 lives. With this, armed vigilante groups patrolled the streets with sticks at night, and police announced a 50,000 rupees, about $1,067, roughly, reward for the information leading to its capture. On one report, Spring Hill Jack was witnessed by many in the village of Ghaziabad at 8:30 p.m. roughly, and was there until 4 a.m. terrorizing people. The grandson of the first victim reported a masked man entering the veranda of his grandmother's home, where he and his brother were staying. He attacked his grandmother, pushing her, resulting in bruising on her abdomen and arms, before attacking and injuring the neighbour's child and disappearing into the night before villagers woke. Lastly, on the 14th of February 2012, was Spring Hill Jack's final sighting. A family man by the name of Scott Marlin was travelling home by taxi with his wife and son, Sonny. It was a Tuesday, and they were heading from Stoneleigh around 10:30 p.m. when driving along the Ewell bypass. A black figure jumped in front of them, leaping over a 15-foot bank, and disappeared out of sight insanely fast. Not being the only one in the car, his son was completely shaken up, and the taxi driver admitted he was too scared to drive home alone. So what do you think? Was Spring Hill Jack real, or just an apparition, or maybe something else entirely? I would love to hear your thoughts, and if you feel up to it, leave a comment below. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you have any ideas for any other videos, let me know. Links of articles are in the description, and all the images are from Google. There are some really talented people out there with the artwork that actually came in, so thank you for that. Until then, see you all next time.